the down jacket was a mistake, and I'll be coming off soon. Oh, welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome to beautiful Buttermere, or the Buttermere Valley. I'm not here to hang about the lake today though. I'm currently en route up to Haystacks, which is part of this sort of Haystacks and Fleetwood Pike sort of horseshoe. You can sort of see the shape there, and I'm going to go all the way around, sort of finish back where I've parked the car. So we should get some, or we definitely will get some beautiful views right down the throat of Buttermere, the lake itself, back towards Buttermere village and Crummock Water as well off in the background. It's a good sort of 4 hours till the sunset, and I'm kind of half hoping we get some nice colours in the sky later on when I'll be up that beast there. So fingers crossed. If not, we're well into autumn now here in the UK, and even in the middle of the day the sun is quite low in the sky, so I'm more than happy to shoot way before the sunset or anything. I mean, I always am, but it looks beautiful this time of year. So yeah, we've got a fair old hike. Let's make our way up to Haystacks and see if there's anything worth getting the camera out for. Let's crack on.
Seems like forever since we've been together. Oh God, I miss you bad. And I read your letters and look at your
So, it's been a beautiful hike so far, and I've got a little bit of an idea for what's going to be the first shot of today's adventure. So I'm going to get myself set up here. We've got a little bit of a plateau, and I'll talk you through my idea. You can see behind me we've got this kind of horseshoe still. We've got Haystacks here, I think this is Green Crag, and then Fleetwood Pike over on that side. And I want to try and get a shot of that horseshoe. This idea's been in my mind all the way up this sort of trail, because I've just been looking at it thinking, wow, this is beautiful. I've seen the way the light's been changing, the way the cloud has been lingering on the top of the horseshoe. So yeah, hopefully I can make something of it. I'll get set up here now and I'll talk you through it.
and I can't wait till I see your face. Oh God, I miss you bad. The only thing.
Right, so that is us set up for what's going to be the first image of the day. Now, this is complicated. I don't want to confuse any beginners with this one, but I'm having a bit of a rough time. I'm doing a panel, all right? So I've got my 55 to 300 lens on, and here's my idea. Very, very simple. I just want Haystacks on the very right-hand side of my panel, and I want it to finish on the left-hand side at Fleetwood Pike, and just to capture the beauty in almost in an abstract manner. Zooming right in, it's almost going to be a sort of letterbox, maybe a 2x1 crop, and just get that panorama of that beautiful horseshoe. Now, a couple of problems here. Firstly, and this is where I don't want to confuse any beginners, but I'm doing a panorama, but also I am bracketing. So it's a panorama that's going to be merged, two different exposured panels, if that makes sense. So one darker, one brighter, and then I'm going to merge them together in post-processing somehow. I've never actually done this before, so fingers crossed I can actually put it into practice when I get it home in Lightroom and Photoshop and stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, there's just a real high dynamic range because we're still quite early on, way before the sunset. The sky's very bright, especially over towards Haystacks, and then we are getting these really nice patches of light over on Fleetwood Pike as well, so I've got to be careful with my exposure. We'll see how that turns out. Second issue I've got is, you can probably tell I'm not using my normal Manfrotto tripod. I'm using this travel tripod, which I use for my one-to-ones. I use for a lot of video work, and to get to my point, I can't really level out this tripod to do panels, which is pretty important. So I've tried my best. It's fairly level. I just think there might be problems when I try and stitch it together in post, because I'm just not 100% sure. But that remains to be seen, really, doesn't it? Exactly the same settings all the way across. So one set of exposures for the panel is at 1/200th of a second. Another set is at 1/125th of a second, which will be the brighter one for the mountains. I've manually focused on Fleetwood pike. I've used that focusing technique that I used in my last video. I'll put it up in the corner here if you want to see that technique in a bit more detail. And yeah, I think it's going to be alright. What I'm going to do is take one just normal portrait shot of Fleetwood pike as well, as a bit of a fail-safe if the panel goes to pot. Hopefully it works out. I'll pop it up on the screen now if so. Where you at? There you go. So, just before I carry on up to Haystacks, I'm going to grab another shot of that stunning view back down into the Buttermere Valley. I'm just going to shoot it handheld with the telephoto lens. You know, we're in the middle of the day. It's quite bright. I don't need the tripod. My shutter speed here is going to be around about 1/125th of a second or something like that. But what I was walking up this way, looked over my left shoulder and just saw this sort of scene unveil itself, and it's irresistible really as a landscape photographer. I'm going to include some of these crags down here, which is going to be my foreground, and the midground is going to be Buttermere, the lake, and then that small, or what's probably quite a big sort of white house just there, which is going to give the image scale. It's going to look fantastic. Surrounding that white house as well, we've got what looks like a really nice autumnal woodland. It's got subtle autumn colours, which is really nice, and that's eventually going to take us round to this fell here, which is called Grassmore, and then stunning atmospheric clouds that are covering the top of it. So yeah, just handheld. I'm going to shoot in a portrait dimension, just because I think it's going to suit this scene a lot better. You know, it's something I always say, this is a story of top to bottom or bottom to top rather than left to right. It doesn't need to be in landscape orientation. So let's have a look. I'm going to focus on the little white house. I'm shooting at f11 and 1/125th of a second. Bob on. I'm going to try and put the little white house at the bottom right hand third of the frame. I'm going to grab that shot now. Whoa, that looks beautiful. A really nice classic sort of Lake District valley photograph. We're getting some fairly dramatic light today. I think it's going to look nice. So this is my last stop now before I get up to Haystacks. I'll see you up there. So it's been a lovely little place to stop for 20 minutes or so. I've had my noodles and I'm re-energized, ready for some more landscape photography. This is beautiful. We're pretty much at the top of Haystacks now, probably about I don't know, like 20 metres to the proper summit. But as you all know, you don't necessarily get the best photographs from, you know, the top of the mountain. It's always worth exploring around the peak a little bit, seeing if you get different perspectives of all the vistas that are on offer. This is beautiful. I haven't been up Haystacks in many years, and it's as gorgeous as I remember it. So what I've been trying to focus on this view, which is back to the west. Move my fat head out of the way. There we go. And we've got Ennerdale Water back here. We've actually got Pillar up here, which has got a little bit of snow on it. A very, very small dusting of snow, which was unexpected, but really, really cool. Gets me excited for what's to come in winter. Now, yeah, the reason I'm focusing down this way to the west, down this valley, is because I think I'm going to get more of Buttermere when I'm over on Fleetwood Pike. You know, they're going to be the classic views, like I was saying at the start, down the throat of Buttermere and Crummockwater. So that's why I'm focusing this way. Really simple shot, guys. It was very easy, you know, as it often is when you get up to the top of a fell. The vistas are there waiting for you to just press the shutter button. I've got the wide angle Takina on 11:16. I'm zoomed in slightly at about 15 or 16 mil. And I've got Pillar on the left, pretty similar to how you're seeing this frame now is going to be the shot. You know, I've got Pillar on the left hand side of the frame. I've got Ennerdale Water probably in the top right hand third somewhere, maybe closer to the centre, which I do like. And all I've done is tried to use this small little crag here on the right hand side just to see sort of balance out with Pillar. See that? Are you getting like a sort of pleasing left right balance? You know, it's really important as far as I'm concerned with my landscape photography. Compositionally, I really like that. Excuse me, that's the noodles, that is. So yeah, quite an easy composition really. 1/100th of a second at f9, ISO 100. Focused on these crags here. I'm not bothered if we lose a little bit of focus as we get back towards Ennerdale Water off in the background. So I'll show you that now. I hope you like it. And I mean, what time are we on now? I ain't got my watch on. I think, let's have a look. Yeah, we're about an hour and a half till the sunset, so I need to get a little bit of a wobble on. I want to be on Fleetwood Pike for the sunset, so I'll show you this one now. I hope you like it. Whoa, we've made it. Well, I've just come down from the summit a little bit. Oh, this is spectacular. I tell you what, that was tough. I didn't make it easy for myself, as usual. It's about 20 minutes till the sunset. Oh, it's spectacular. Like I've been saying, we've got views right down the throat of Buttermere, Crummockwater off in the background. We can even see a little bit of Lowes water. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, about 20 minutes to the sunset. A lot of low cloud is coming, as you can probably see from looking behind me there, which is a bit of a shame. So it's looking like nothing's going to happen with the light, although you can never guarantee that. What I'm going to do is make my way down the fell, okay, down here, just because, you know, up here on Fleetwood Pike, we're really high up. We're just getting submerged by low cloud every 2 minutes. So You know, if I move further down the fell, back towards Buttermere, we're still going to get that beautiful vista, but we should come out of the clouds a little bit, so it's a win-win really. So yeah, let's head on down. Fingers crossed something happens with the light, although like I said, it's looking unlikely. But this is the shot that I want. I want a beautiful image looking back towards Buttermere. Oh boy, oh, what a descent. So, as beautiful as that is, I'm deciding to not take any more photographs. I feel great about it. I feel, you know, I don't want to put pressure on myself to have to take photographs, and neither should you. You know, I'm not just saying that because I have this YouTube channel. You know, it's also quite important to know when not to take a photograph. You know, this does look beautiful. I'm in a fortunate position that I live quite close to the Lake District. I can return here. I've got years to get this image down Buttermere. I'm not really feeling the conditions tonight. They haven't really, you know, worked in my favour. It's no big deal, you know, it's fine. So I'm just going to call it a day. You know, I've had a wonderful adventure, 1 or 2 decent shots, I hope. As always, I haven't got home yet, but I think they're going to be quite nice. But yeah, I'm really glad that I've been able to show this to you guys. You know, I know this is a traditional classic Lake District vista, but a lot of you will never have seen this in your lives, so just to get a glimpse of it, hopefully, is very nice. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, as always, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Out!